Current time is 8:17. We're seeing some isolated showers across central Georgia as of right now. Most of the showers are north of Macon. Not anything heavy downpours, but as we progress throughout the day, we can definitely expect the rain to continue. Daytime highs right around the mid-80s. Lower 80s definitely not out the possibility of your daytime highs, but we will see a wind shift coming in from the northeast, and that's really going to aid into the cloud cover and bringing those cooler temperatures. And as we progress throughout the afternoon, we can expect overnight lows to drop into the lower 70s. Some locations, isolated locations, may drop into the upper 60s. We have a calm wind, and due to the rain coverage from today and a calm wind, we could look for a fog first thing tomorrow morning. Now, as for the wind, we will see the wind continue to shift throughout the day. Right now, we have a northwesterly component, and as we progress throughout our afternoon, we will see the wind shift in from the north and east, and it's going to help to bring in that cooler northeast air to the surface across central Georgia, and that's going to aid into the cooler temperatures that we're expecting. We're talking daytime highs in the upper 70s for at least 3 days to the end of this work week. But as we take your first look ahead, the shower activity will continue throughout the day. We'll see a steady train of rain coming in from the west throughout the afternoon today, and that's going to really continue throughout the overnight hours and head into Thursday as well. As we get into Thursday, we'll see more of the rain coming in from the south, and that's going to be the same thing for Friday as well. And notice the rain models have shifted the rain on Friday further and further to the west. This is definitely good news because the rain that's coming in Friday night into Saturday was from a tropical system, and the further west that system heads, the less we'll see in rain. So we're thinking anywhere between 3 inches of rain without the tropical weather, but if that tropical system gets closer to us, we could bump up at least 2 inches of rain, and we definitely don't need that much rain. Maybe we need a little bit since we haven't seen significant rainfall in at least a month or so across central Georgia. So yesterday we were talking about this area of low pressure. This tropical system was centered right over central Georgia. That's why the model had it yesterday. Today, further out to the west, right around New Orleans, saying a landfall near New Orleans. And as we progress throughout our Saturday into Sunday, we see the rain showers are still there for us, but we're not just expecting as much as we were expecting earlier in the week, but still 3.5 inches of rain is quite a bit. As of right now, they actually pinned us up an inch higher, 4.3 inches in Macon, 4.4 in Dublin. And as you notice off to the west where we're expecting the landfall, we start to see the higher amounts, the white shading that's near 6 inches of rain for those locations. Now, as for the upper level pattern, this is a big reason on why that has shifted over to the west. As long as this trough is out around Louisiana, the tropical system will be more gravitated to this location. But if it retrogrades even further to the west, maybe we won't even see much of it at all. But if it does what it usually do, heads off to the east, let's say we have to brace for some tropical activity here in central Georgia. As for the tropic, here's the tropical satellite. This is the area of concern right now. Weather Service has bumped it up to a 50% chance of development within the next 2 days. You see the winds are still pretty fairly light, 25 miles per hour, and it's now starting to move 6 miles an hour to the west-northwest. Eventually, we're thinking it's going to make some type of northerly turn. And here's the spaghetti models. We see that trough right over Louisiana. That's where it wants to head, and that's where I think it's going to go as of right now. But we definitely have to keep an eye on that upper-level pattern. And we also have another system out near the African coast that has a 60% chance of development. So depending on which system develops first, which I think is going to be the one out in the Atlantic, we may be seeing Tropical Storm Erin or Tropical Storm Fernand. As for your 7-day forecast, Wednesday temperatures in the mid-80s, lower 80s to upper 70s Thursday through Friday, definitely well below average, and limited sunshine, lots of cloud cover. We may not see the sun once again until Sunday afternoon, where we start to see temperatures in the mid-80s. Eventually, we're up into the 90s, and then we see a warming trend back with the heat and humidity back into the forecast.